Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we began working on our puffer project that we're going to need to get the urea gas that we're going to use to make our fertilizer, so that we actually have some fertilizer to begin the next stage of the bioprocessing stuff to begin making some useful products. So worked on that. The thing is that I had brought over some sulfuric acid, and then I looked at this again and realized that isn't sulfuric acid, that is sulfur dioxide gas. And so had to kind of figure out how to get some sulfur dioxide gas over here. And what I ultimately settled upon was to use the calcium sulfate byproduct of the hydrofluoric acid production to turn that into sulfur dioxide gas with a byproduct of lime, which I've gone ahead and set that up. Got that going into a silo. I've set up a dump there in case the silo fills up. I've gone ahead and connected this to the artificial puffer atmosphere plant. I also set up the oxygen production over here to make the oxygen we're going to need. And then just routed the pipes over for the hydrofluoric acid. Now, a couple of things from the comments. Someone was saying I shouldn't have just deleted the tank because I had put the tank like in the way of being able to build this loading bay here for the calcium sulfate. And I should have pumped it out first before deleting it. And yes, that would have been a much more efficient way of doing things, but you know, there really wasn't that much in there, and by this point we've already got way more than I had, and so I'm not really that worried about it. By the time we actually get back to this to make the fertilizer, yeah, that tank will most likely be completely full. So ultimately, it really isn't going to hurt. But, you know, it is something to think about in the future that, you know, if I do have a tank that is like completely full, don't delete it. Just pump it out first. So the other comment I think that was on last episode was that someone was saying, you know, I had a ready available source of sulfur dioxide gas because they were seeing this right here. But that really isn't a great source of sulfur dioxide gas. That's actually a gas input. This is the gas coming from the lead production process. That produces a byproduct of sulfur dioxide gas that I'm routing in to here to pump into the system that is used to make sulfuric acid. So it's kind of, you know, if we do start to draw heavy on the sulfuric acid, it's going to be important to stay in there. So, you know, I don't want to be drawing on that sulfur dioxide gas because that's kind of all balanced out. And so a different way of getting the sulfur dioxide gas is better. So we're going to be using the calcium sulfate. What I may need to do is find a way of keeping that running. I may have to dump some of that hydrofluoric acid. Not sure. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, hydrofluoric acid is something that we use quite a bit, so. Let's see, we have 18,000. Yeah, we should be alright. Alright, so now that we have our artificial puffer atmosphere, that we have the opportunity to do the gaseous puffer breeding, which is necessary because we have the nutrient pulp, which is over here. I'm going to go ahead and throw a pump on that. And start bringing that over. Having a little bit of an issue with my mouse. There we go. Okay. So I also want to pump out of here. Get some power. All right. So we need a puffer refugium? Whatever this thing is, we need one of those. And let's see, we're gonna need to put it like over here probably. And we are going to be doing the gaseous puffer breeding. Alright, so there is the artificial atmosphere, and then the nutrient pulp. Okay. So, then we just need to because this is kind of all being done by hand at this point until I can automate this to some degree. Let's go ahead and see what we get. Really? Okay. I was not expecting that. Okay. So we get the puffers back plus eggs. I can't. I just can't. Okay. And then we'll have to see what kind of eggs we get. Do I have any speed modules left? I have one speed module. I'll have to get over here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, so hopefully we're going to get some blazing puffer eggs out of this. And if not, we're going to have to basically cycle those. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, so we should be able to pick up the puffers, throw them back in there, keep them breeding to produce eggs. Alright, so once we get some blazing puffer eggs, then we can begin hatching them. And then we can then send the blazing puffer eggs over here to breed. I believe. Now, that synthesis gas... Yeah, I brought that synthesis gas over. So far, we have only gotten gaseous puffer eggs. Alright, well, there's not much there we could do until that finishes running. Continue working on the modules there. Okay, so is there anything else that we can work on while we wait for those puffers to breed? Let's see, is there anything else that we can do in here as far as the animal processing? What products can we make? Crystal slurry? Alien goo. I'm not sure what we can... Let's see. Big biters. I don't know what you can actually do with those big biters. Big biter eggs. Crystal enhancer, crystal seed. Crystal powder. Alien bacteria. Okay, so say we want to make small biters. Okay. Because I think that's probably where we want to start. Is we need the crystal dust, which that's not hard to come by. We can do washing for, we can grab the mud water that's coming in here and wash it and make geodes. And then we can grind those geodes and make crystal dust. So that's easy. And then we would need a crystal seed. Which requires some crystal dust and a seeded dish. A seeded dish requires a substrate dish and a alien bacteria. Substrate dish requires cellulose paste. Oh. Interesting. Petri dish requires some glass. Like glass planes, not like glass fibers. And so for alien bacteria, we need some calcium carbonate, alien spores, perchloric acid. Alien spores, we just need some purified water. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. And we process the biters into these raw crystal splinters. For the purpose of making what? Do we have any blazing eggs? We have one blazing puffer egg. Okay. Let's go ahead and hatch it. Let's see, we also have got some rancid puffer eggs as well. Alright, so we have one blazing puffer. Okay, I'm going to need at least two. Okay, so I guess I just have to wait a little bit more. See, I don't know if these, like, these biters are, like, something we can use, or if they're just, like, an object that we can process into these crystals. Then we have crystal powder, and then we can turn the crystal powder into crystal slurry, which there's easier ways of doing that. So is that the ultimate goal of raising the biters, is to make crystal slurry? I don't know. Nope, doesn't look like we got anything yet. Well, you know what? I might start working towards raising some small biters. So, first thing we're going to need is to take some purified water and see if we can get some alien spores, I guess. And where do I want to do that? Do I want to do that up here? Yeah, I guess we can do that some up here. Let's see. We're going to get purified water. We're making some purified water for the sulfur dioxide, but I don't think that's really going to help all that much. So maybe I just need to bring in another line of water and then purify it. Alright. So there we are. We do that in one of those things? Air filters? Interesting. So, alien spores. Okay. And that does pump out on a pipe. Okay. Oh, it needs to be purified water. Right. Not raw water. So, I guess I'm going to go ahead and... Let's see. What's... I got plenty of power. We'll make some boilers. And then we'll make some condensers. Some cooling towers. Because it is really the simplest way of getting purified water without any byproducts. Okay, so this will get us to purified water. And a tank, which looks like I already had one. Okay. Well, there we go. Alright, so now I should be able to do the... Okay, there we go. And we'll go ahead and put this in a tank. So there we go. And then we would need to turn that into alien bacteria, which we need some perchloric acid and some calcium carbonate. I don't believe we're making either of those things anywhere. Alright. This is going to be difficult for me to work with this with that sound effect going. Alright. So we're going to breed out one more blazing puffer, and then we're going to go ahead and start breeding those blazing puffers. And hopefully, because these are blazing puffers and not gaseous puffers, they will not be making this noise when they breed. Alright, so what will we need to do to make calcium carbonate? Right, that's what we're going for? Calcium carbonate. calcium carbonate. Red cellulose fiber turns into calcium carbonate. Okay. Red cellulose fiber from red algae. Red algae needs ammonia gas and thermal water. Okay. Ammonia gas is going to be interesting to obtain. But thermal water, we have a bunch of that over there. There's a tank which, unfortunately, is somewhat obsolete at this point. Because my power armor is better armed. Let's see. That'll have to be something I think about, because we should have our second blazing puffer. Do we have any more blazing puffer eggs? We do not. Okay. So, we need another refugium. And I believe we're going to need the artificial atmosphere. I'm going to put it up here. Blazing puffer breeding. Right. And a byproduct of the blazing puffer... No, blazing puffing. Blazing puffing is what we need. Do I need to breed them? We need 4 blazing puffers. I think I might breed up a few more. Let's just go ahead and do that. Bring over that nutrient pulp. There we are. And let's go ahead and throw those puffers in there. Where are they? Did I pick them up? No, I did not. There we go. Yep. They make the same noise. Alright. Alright. Same deal. Pick up and drop. I might as well move that back down there. That's okay. You no longer need to be accelerated. We'll accelerate that one. Alright, so we could potentially get some more different types of eggs. But I want to get a few more blazing puffers to facilitate this process. And we got an acidic puffer egg out of the first breeding. Okay. I don't think we're going to need a lot. I don't think we're going to need a lot. Maybe 5 or 6. And then, I think I do need at least 4, because I think it takes 4 as an input. and gives us 3.95 back. Oh. Interesting. So, what if I could do this? I need a filter inserter. And we're going to go ahead and... Where did it go? There it is. And we're going to filter for blazing puffer eggs. Oh, apparently we got one. We're going to put the hatchery in there. And then we're going to go ahead and... Now, as far as the other eggs that could potentially come out of there, not really sure what I'm going to do with those yet. Alright, but I think we're at the end of the episode, so we'll go ahead and stop here. And then we'll see what we're going to do here moving forward. So, for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.